Yeah, because there's this phrase, isn't there? People, process, and technology. And obviously, XDR deals with the possibly the process and technology part. How important do you feel the people part is? Because we do an awful lot of within Oryx Align, do an awful lot of cyber training, but does the technology make that redundant? That we can all be very casual about opening emails now?
No, you obviously with security, you've always got to be very careful that there's always going to be an email that manages to get past the system, a link that manages to get past the system, whether it's email or IM. There's a phrase I once heard is the attackers need to get it right once. We have to protect the network and be right every time.
Yeah, quite.
So they can try a million times. If they get it right once, they've managed to breach your system and get you. You've basically got to have effective protection. And the only way is on your cyber training is making everyone aware and everyone cautious about clicking links, about thinking about what they're doing within the cyber world. And why I also think people are still necessary is AI can, let's say, learn and interpret a potential breach. But if it throws up a block or a remediation because it's thought a breach has happened, it can't confirm with the user. It can't think of, let's say, more, I guess, point in time what's happened. It will be tying a whole bunch of, let's say, events together to go, okay, this has now happened. And if you've effectively told the AI it can quarantine and start remediating, you could land up with a whole bunch of false positives and then a detrimental effect on your business because you've not confirmed it's happened.
That's an interesting point. In many ways, AI is a little bit stupid in some ways.
Yeah, and it can obviously get more and more clever, but
yeah,
the learning path is the dangerous part because, like I said about the impossible travel, is it could pick up a few impossible travels, and you know what, you might have been on holiday connecting to a VPN to try get your Netflix to work.
Yeah.
And then it goes, oh, Graham Smith's been compromised, blocks you off completely, and initiates a recovery on your laptop, and then now you've literally lost everything because you haven't maybe made sure your backups were up to date. You haven't gone through it and, let's say, prepared for everything. Whereas if it goes back to a human, they can go, oh, okay, Graham Smith, yeah, he stores a lot on his desktop. He might not have it all backed up.
Right.
Let's get him a new laptop. Let's get the old one in and try get the data he needs off of it. Or, oh, Carl's been compromised. We definitely need to get his laptop back to recover as much data as possible.
Yeah.
Because if he loses that presentation that he's been working on for the last 6 months that he stored on his desktop, it's going to be the end of the world to him. So whereas an AI is just going to go, it's another person, it's a breach, it's recovery.
So the reason I like that particular example is because that brings us back to the sectors that we're talking to. So the guy in a finance company, the guy in a recruitment company where there's huge pressure to hit targets, a false positive there that shuts down the system for even 5 minutes could, in a finance organization, you just lost a couple of £100,000. So that's why, and I'm sort of putting words in your mouth here, but that's why XDR having human confirmation is actually so important. And that is why you do need to outsource it to an organization that basically has got enough humans to look at this. Because if you're a 50 to 500 company, you've probably only got 5 people in your IT department, of which maybe only one is really qualified to be able to deal with this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they working 24/7? I doubt it.
It's exactly that.
Gotcha.
And even on the XDR and on your cyber, let's say outsourcing or even insourcing, there needs to be a list of almost pre-approved actions and how granular you could go. So with these products, you can say, okay, yes, we want to quarantine, but we still want to allow the trading app to work. So we want to lock down the device, but we don't want to completely cripple that trader sitting at his desk.